Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're really getting into a huge shift happening in the workplace.
Yeah, a big one.
How artificial intelligence is fundamentally reshaping human resources. We're moving past the buzzwords here.
Definitely.
We're diving into the actual real impact AI is having based on our look at this document, AI plus HR.pdf,
Which covers the topic really well.
and also getting some insights from the AI plus Human Resources certification offered by AI Certs.
Right.
So our mission today, to give you, our listener, a clear picture of how AI is changing HR practices, what the hurdles are,
And there are some challenges, for sure.
and crucially, what the real opportunities look like for HR pros to, well, not just keep up, but actually lead this change.
And what's really striking, I think, is just how fast AI is becoming, a practical tool in businesses everywhere. It's not just theory anymore.
Exactly, and HR is right in the thick of it.
Absolutely central.
Okay, so let's get into some specifics. We've seen this gradual creep of AI suddenly turn into a sprint. Think about this number. By 2030, the global impact of AI projected to hit USD 1,345.2 billion.
Wow. That's a massive figure.
It really is. And right now, we're looking at a 42% global adoption rate already.
42%. So it's not just a niche thing.
Not at all. It's hitting HR, learning and development, finance, healthcare. It's really broad.
And, while there are challenges, things like the initial costs, finding people with the right AI skills.
Right. The skills gap is real.
Yeah, but businesses are investing. They're putting money into key things like AI training for their teams, better data security, robust cloud systems to actually run these AI tools.
So the main takeaway here isn't that AI might change HR eventually.
No, it's happening right now. It's changing how companies find people, how they manage them, how they help them grow.
Which brings us to the next logical question, right? Given this momentum, what's next? What does the near future hold for AI, especially in HR?
Well, the growth forecasts are pretty eye-watering, actually.
Yeah.
We're talking about a compound annual growth rate at Kitajar of, get this, 36.8% between 2023 and 2030.
36.8% CSR. That's incredibly steep growth.
It is, and it's being driven by things we're hearing more and more about: self-driving cars, yeah, but also more advanced robotics and especially generative AI.
Generative AI is everywhere in the news right now.
Exactly. And if you look at where this is happening globally, North America is currently leading the market share at about 28.8%.
Okay.
But Asia Pacific is close behind at 25%, and Europe's right there too, 24.3%.
So it's truly a global phenomenon. Everyone sees the potential.
Absolutely. Which means looking ahead, we really need to think about, ethical AI practices, sensible regulation.
Smart regulation, not just reactive.
Exactly. And just continuous innovation, particularly within HR itself.
Okay, so with that rapid expansion as the backdrop, what does this actually mean for the day-to-day work in HR? How is it changing those core functions?
Right. Let's bring it down to the practical level. Recruitment is a great example.
Okay.
AI is being used now to automate that initial screening of applications. Imagine sifting through hundreds, thousands of resumes.
Yeah, that takes ages.
AI can do that initial pass, saving recruiters a ton of time. And potentially, this is important, it could help standardize things early on, maybe even reduce some unconscious bias, broaden the talent pool.
Speeding up hiring, potentially making it fairer. Interesting. What about, say, employee engagement?
That's another really interesting area. AI can analyze employee feedback, survey comments, internal messages, that kind of thing.
Using natural language processing, right? Understanding the text.
Exactly, NLP. It can spot patterns in sentiment, maybe even predict if certain groups are becoming disengaged or are turnover risk.
So HR can step in before people leave?
That's the idea. Proactive intervention.
And performance management. That's often a tricky one.
Yeah, the annual review feels a bit outdated sometimes, doesn't it?
It can, yeah.
Well, AI tools are emerging that can track performance indicators more dynamically, give more sort of real-time or immediate feedback.
Which is generally more effective.
Right. Much more impactful than waiting a whole year.
And if we zoom out a bit, thinking about workforce planning.
Predictive analytics. This is huge. AI can analyze historical data, market trends, business goals.
And forecast future needs.
Precisely. Help companies see, okay, we're likely going to need more people with these skills in 6 months, and start planning proactively, filling those gaps before they become urgent problems.
That's incredibly valuable strategically.
And then there's the maybe less glamorous but essential stuff. administrative tasks.
Like payroll, benefit.
Exactly. AI is increasingly automating those routine processes, which, let's be honest, frees up a lot of HR time.
Okay, so if AI takes over screening, helps with engagement analysis, speeds up performance feedback, predicts future needs, and handles admin, what's the big picture benefit for HR teams?
Well, it sounds like it's really shifting their role, doesn't it?
Yeah, less admin, more...
More strategy. By automating the manual, repetitive, data-heavy tasks, AI creates capacity. It lets HR professionals focus on higher-level initiatives.
Things that actually drive growth for the business.
Exactly. Moving from being seen perhaps primarily as administrators to being true strategic partners.
So it's not just efficiency, it's also helping tackle some of those really tough, persistent HR challenges.
That's a great way to put it. Think about workforce management again. AI tools can enable more dynamic scheduling, matching staffing to real-time demand, and giving deeper insights into team performance.
Okay. And talent acquisition. You mentioned speed and fairness.
Yeah. And going deeper, AI can analyze a whole range of factors, not just keywords on a resume, to predict how likely a candidate is to succeed in a specific role. More data-informed decisions.
And what about data itself? Managing all that employee information, compliance.
Huge headache for HR, traditionally. AI can help manage compliance with rules like GDPR or CCPA almost in real time.
Keeping things secure and up to date.
Right. And strengthening data security overall, which is critical with sensitive employee data.
And you mentioned engagement earlier. How else is AI helping there?
Well, beyond just analyzing sentiment, AI can help create really personalized learning and development paths for employees.
Tailored training?
Yeah, based on their specific skills gaps, their career goals, the company's needs. That kind of personalization can make a real difference in keeping employees engaged and growing.
It really feels like AI is empowering HR to operate on a completely different level. More strategic, more impactful.
It is. And we're not just talking hypotheticals. We see organizations putting this into practice already.
Can you share some concrete examples? What does AI look like in HR departments today?
Sure. Chatbots are a really common one, handling those initial, often repetitive candidate questions to under 4/7.
Frees up recruiters for the complex stuff.
Exactly. We're also seeing predictive analytics being used specifically for retention, identifying high-potential employees who might be flight risks.
Ah, so you can intervene early.
Smart. Very smart. Then there's customized onboarding. AI can tailor the whole welcome to the company experience.
Making new hires feel more integrated, faster.
Yeah, helping them get up to speed and feel part of the culture more quickly. And sentiment analysis, we touched on it, but using it to really gauge morale from surveys, internal comms.
To spot problems brewing.
Right, and address them before they escalate. And finally, AI-powered learning and development, or L&D, platforms, offering truly personalized course recommendations, skill pathways.
It sounds like AI is touching basically every part of the employee lifecycle.
Pretty much, from the first contact right through their entire journey with the company.
So for an organization thinking, okay, we need to get on board with this, how do they do it successfully? Is there a roadmap?
There absolutely is. It requires a thoughtful approach. Step 1, set clear goals.
Know what problem you're trying to solve.
Precisely. Don't just adopt AI for AI's sake. What specific HR challenge needs addressing? High recruitment costs, low engagement scores. Define that first.
Makes sense. What's next after setting goals?
Choose the right tools. There's a lot of HR tech out there. Some focuses on recruitment, some on engagement, L&D, analytics. You need to pick tools that actually align with the goals you just set.
Right tool for the right job.
Got it. Okay.
Then what?
Prepare your data. This is crucial. AI learns from data. If your data is messy, incomplete, or biased.
Garbage in, garbage out.
Exactly. You need clean, relevant, high-quality data to get reliable insights and avoid skewed results.
Okay, clean data. What else is vital?
Addressing privacy and ethics head-on. You're dealing with sensitive employee data. You need transparency in how AI is used, and you absolutely need to comply with regulations.
Building trust is key.
Essential. And finally, pilot and scale.
Don't try to boil the ocean.
Exactly. Start small. Implement AI in one specific area, maybe a pilot project. Measure the results carefully. Did it work? What was the ROI? Then, based on that success, you can gradually expand.
So define goals, pick tools, prep data, handle ethics, start small, then grow. Sounds like a solid plan.
It's a roadmap for smooth, sustainable integration. And, for the HR professionals listening, navigating all this, wanting to lead, not just follow, there's a really valuable resource.
This brings us back to the certification you mentioned.
Yes, the AI plus Human Resources Certification from AI Certs. It's really designed as the solution for HR folks who want to become truly AI savvy.
Okay, tell us more. Why is this certification a game changer right now?
Well, it tackles the core knowledge needed. It covers the foundations, what is machine learning, deep learning, natural language processing, but specifically in an HR context.
So understanding the why and how, not just clicking buttons.
Exactly. Then it gets practical. AI-enhanced recruitment and onboarding techniques to automate screening effectively, improve how you communicate with candidates, make onboarding smoother.
Things people in talent acquisition can use immediately.
Right. It also covers using AI for content and strategy around engagement and learning, how to create those personalized programs we talked about.
Keeping employees invested and growing. Crucial.
Absolutely. And analytics, of course. Workforce analytics is a massive field projected market size. I think the figure was USD 4.84 billion by 2031.
Wow, nearly 5 billion.
Yeah, so the certification really digs into how to use AI-driven insights to make smarter, data-backed HR decisions.
Demonstrating that strategic value we discussed.
Precisely. And critically, it doesn't shy away from the tough stuff. Ethical AI and bias mitigation. Strategies to ensure fairness, transparency,
Super important.
and legal compliance, too. Understanding GDPR, CCCA, relevant employment laws in the context of AI.
Okay, so foundations, practical applications, analytics, ethics, legal. What else?
It also looks ahead. Future-proofing skills. Preparing for trends like remote work, the gig economy, how AI continues to drive organizational change.
So it prepares you for today and tomorrow.
And importantly, there are hands-on workshops. Chances to apply the learning to real-world type projects. That practical application builds real confidence.
Sounds comprehensive.
It really is. The goal is to equip HR professionals to not just survive the age of AI, but to actually lead and shape it within their organizations. It future-proofs your career.
It's undeniable, isn't it? AI isn't just a tool for HR anymore. It's becoming woven into the very fabric of how HR operates and adds value.
And the key thing for you, listening right now, is to realize this isn't something you can just watch from the sidelines.
Yeah, you need to be proactive.
Don't just watch the revolution happen, as they say. Be a leader. Be an innovator.
And a great way to start is by exploring that AI plus human resources certification from AI Certs. It's a chance to really get ahead of the curve. Join a community of HR pros who are thinking about the future.
Yeah, definitely check it out. You can find all the details on their website, www.icerts.io.
That's www.icerts.io. Take that step.
Absolutely.
Okay, well, that's our deep dive for today. Until next time, stay curious, stay ahead.
And keep shaping the future.